Guys, what up? It is EJ, and we are here with Role Model.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am great. Tell me all the things. What's happening with you? Give me the rundown.
Okay, rundown. I am here
Nice.
with you,
Mhm.
and I'm so happy to be here with you, and excited to have a conversation and answer questions.
Absolutely.
And that's what's going on with me.
A great conversation.
Yeah, a great one, in depth.
Let's talk about the song right quick, which I feel like the song has been blowing up. People have been calling and requesting and wanting to hear the song.
Love that.
Tell me all about it.
Well, it came from when I was working on the deluxe. We were finishing a song, and we had and it happened very quickly. So we just had an extra 3 hours in the studio, and we were just like, why don't we make another song? And we just loosely started this idea, and that was it. And we had the whole song that first day, except for the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
I went back on tour for a month, and then when I came back, laid down that bridge, and then that was the story. I wish I had a more interesting story of how that song came to be, but it's not.
See, in my head, I'm thinking there was some wine involved. The
I know.
wine, you guys were drinking.
I should make up a story to help.
I feel like that's a
promote the
really
song.
interesting story. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
you
yeah.
guys were just having a little jam session. You guys were rocking out, and then all of a sudden, the song came from it.
Right.
Is that hard to do, though?
Yes, but it's also just fun when you're doing it with the right people,
Mm-hmm.
and you have a good group of people in the studio. It's just there's nothing serious. There's no one being oh, it has to be this, or whoa, no, I don't there's not too many strong opinions, which I like. It's just very laid back, and it just feels like a jam. It's fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is it easier? Because I know a lot of people when they are creating, just in a creative space,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you have 90% of the song down, and then you go away and you come back to finish it. Is that done on purpose, just because there's a mental block or something like that, or you just
No.
how does that work?
And I think that's a bad way to do it. However, that is how I always kind of do it, because the bridge is always the last thing to come.
Mhm.
I get stumped, and so the bridge is always empty with a demo, and with Sally, and and then I don't know, when you come back to it and you have fresh ears and you aren't listening to it for the entire day, it makes it easier. So maybe that's the way I should be doing it. I don't know.
I mean, listen,
There's no
whatever
right
works
way.
for you. Do not
There's no-
switch it up on the account of that question.
There's no right or wrong way.
Absolutely. Why do you feel like the bridge is always the hardest thing to do? Because I feel like writing a song in general would be super hard to do.
It is, but for some reason that is a thing. I think a lot of, based off interviews I've watched with artists and stuff,
Mhm.
it seems like the bridge is where people get stuck. I don't know what it is. And then of course that was the part of the song that people
Gravitate to.
ended up
Yeah.
loving. But yeah, that for some reason that's always, because it's a moment in the song where it's you've already said the things. You've had 2 verses to say things.
Mm-hmm.
A chorus happens twice, and then you have the bridge, and you have to be well, how do I elaborate more on what I've said? So it can be tough. I don't know.
Did you ever think that the song was going to get as big as it's gotten? Just knowing the background of the song, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, just how you guys were just having this jam session, and then you look up and you see it's literally everywhere. Did you expect that?
No, I knew it was catchy, but no. I don't think catchy always means it's going to work.
Right.
And yeah, and I just have low expectations for everything, I think, which is great in a way, because then you will always be pleasantly surprised if something
Mm-hmm.
good comes from it. But I did not have any expectations for it to be on radio or anything. That seemed pretty foreign to me at the time.
Are you a glass half empty or half full type of guy?
Half empty.
Are you?
Yeah.
Just going through life, low expectations?
Yeah, but I like that I do that, because then you were just the smallest good thing that can come from whatever.
Yeah.
It feels much bigger.
Mhm.
When, I keep my expectations low, but I don't know. That works for me. I like doing that. I think if you have high hopes for everything, you're gonna be let down a lot.
I get that, but
Yeah.
also why not? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
why not this song blow up? Like, why not, something good happen to me this day? You know what I'm saying?
I guess
I
so.
feel like that's like, because I feel like I'm both of them. I am like glass half empty some days, glass half full, next days and whatnot. Like, why not? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's probably it's a much more positive way to live your life, and maybe that'll change.
So you pick a Sally at every show.
I do.
How does that work?
Well, I guess I don't always do it. It's like, it's different every show, but basically it's just based on whoever is giving the most energy, who we think would like do a backflip on stage or like would give their all if we bring them up. And so sometimes it's like someone at barricade that we can see clearly. Sometimes we're like, I send my tour manager Devin out to like the balcony or whatever to like see if there's someone up there. And then sometimes like I think it was Chicago, it was like the pre-show playlist was playing and we have like a lot of Sabrina Carpenter on there. And we saw this, our tour photographer spotted this like one kid who was just like losing his mind to the pre-show playlist and like full on performance. Like people below were like cheering for him.
Mm-hmm.
And he sent a video to the group chat and was like, we have to use him. And so we locked him in. And so it's just different every night. You never know. Yeah.
People that are just giving their all and having a good time.
That's all it is. We want the best performance up there. So,
because I feel like sometimes people, do you ever feel like sometimes people act like they are too cool to have a good time when they're at a show? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, me. That's like me.
Are you really?
I'm like, if I go to concerts, I'm like in the back with my arms crossed, like the far back, and then I'll like leave before the last song so that you can avoid the crowd, you know?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm definitely that guy that's just like really boring to be next to.
Why are you like that? Are you just like
I don't know.
taking it all in? Are you?
I guess there have been some shows. Oh, you know what? That's not true. I went to Charlie XCX at Barclays recently, and that was the first concert in my life that I was like jumping the whole time. And, like, actually sweating my ass off. So maybe I'm changing. I don't know. Or maybe it just has to be the right vibe.
A little evolution, if you will.
But also, I don't think anyone could physically stand still at a Charlie XCX concert.
No.
I don't think it's possible. And she would not let that slide.
Especially when like Apple comes on. Absolutely. How do you stand still for that?
No, the whole crowd was jumping. It was very, very inspirational. Everyone.
Have you ever encountered someone? So you're on stage, you're giving it your all, right? And you've encountered someone like you in the back of the room and you just like zero in on that person and focus. Have you ever experienced that?
Yeah, but I'm not going to call it out.
No, not call it out on stage or anything like that.
Right.
But like, have you ever experienced that?
Yes, and it becomes all I think about
Oh.
while I'm performing. Like I will stare at them. I feel like I used to like bring it up on stage when I was younger and like call people out, which is just so evil. I don't do that anymore. I people enjoy concerts however they want to.
Right.
But I will stare at that one man. It's usually a man in the back of the show with his arms crossed, and I will like try my best to win him over.
Really?
Yeah.
Has there ever been a situation where you won the person over? They started vibing. They really?
For sure. It feels amazing. It's all I think about. Then after the show, I'm like, that one guy, I got him.
You know what's interesting? It's like you're essentially just performing for that one person in the back, which is like an own personal concert that's popping off right now.
It's kind of beautiful in a way.
Can we talk about the mind trip that it is when you write a song, right? Like how you're in your bedroom or wherever you write a song, and you hear it on the radio, you hear it consumed like online and social media platforms and things like that. And then when you go out on stage and people are singing that song back to you, is that a mind-blowing experience when you think about just the journey that a song makes?
Yeah, it is insane. Sally was an interesting one because it was like, I hadn't experienced it like this, but like I had been teasing it before it had come out. And I first teased it right when we went on our Australian tour. And so I decided to like play it at all those Australian dates. Whatever. And people were already singing it like on the first night. This was like weeks before it had come out, and I had not experienced that. And every show in Australia, as it was growing on the internet, people were like learning all the words to the song. And so that was like really insane. That was kind of a moment where I was like, oh, maybe this song is going to work. And then we did North America right after that when it was out, and it was like, oh wow.
Are you ever like, guys, I just put this song out. How do you guys know the words already? Like, that
sure.
would be so like.
It's interesting. They learn it from like videos at the concerts.
Yeah.
Like they learn, because I was just teasing the bridge, but then there's videos of like the whole song, and so like they were learning the lyrics from cell phone videos on the internet, which is insane.
So you just wrapped up touring, right?
Yes.
How was that experience?
It was really fun. It was fun. It was a long year. We still have all the festivals and stuff and some more Gracie dates in the summer, but the headline's always fun. It was cool to see the reception to the deluxe version of the album like in real time every night, like because we had just put it out when we did the North America leg, and it was just cool. You get to see it like firsthand, it like kind of growing, and people singing certain songs louder and louder every night. So that was cool. I didn't have to like watch it from my phone.
Right. Do you ever think back and when it comes to like touring and whatnot, like think back like, oh, I should have did this differently, or I wasn't working at my peak level during this show. Are you very critical on yourself when it comes to touring?
For sure. Yeah, for sure. I think, yeah, I can't think of anything specifically, but like we don't take it too seriously, and neither does like the band or the crew or anything. So I don't think we ever feel pressure, but like I'm always hard on myself, like missing notes or whatever, but it's just part of it, and it's fine. I'm just, people still come to the show, so.
Absolutely, because I feel like when you're up there, you're giving it your all, you're doing your thing. People don't even realize like the little thing.
People don't care.
Absolutely not.
They're just happy to be in the room, and I try and remember that.
Yeah. Especially when you feel like when you realize how no one has any money right now, so the fact that they are spending their hard-earned dollar to come out and see you perform live, that has to be a humbling experience.
For sure. I give a speech specifically about that at all the concerts. Yeah, it's cool. And I'm very grateful for it. I think I am like very unserious on stage, but there's like a moment where I do let them know, like, I know whatever you're like missing out on to be here does not go unnoticed, and it's true. I'm like very grateful for that.
I feel like people just want to be entertained and have a good time.
Yeah.
So it was just announced that you're going to be in Lena Dunham's new Netflix show, Good Sex.
The movie, yes.
Yeah. Let's talk about that and your acting bag right now.
Yeah. It hasn't started yet, but it doesn't feel real. And I don't think it will until we start shooting. But it's insane. It feels like a dream. I don't know.
Do you ever have those moments where you're like, like how when you are laying down in bed, right? And it's the last thought before you drift off to sleep. And you're like, damn, I'm really doing everything that I sought out and that I wanted to do and more. Do you ever have those moments?
Sometimes. I try really hard not to like think about it too much because I will go down rabbit holes,
right?
And it becomes very overwhelming. I get overwhelmed very easily, but yeah, I've had moments to like kind of let it sink in and be like, okay, this is happening. But it's all fun. It's fun.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
What else are you working on?
Working on new music and and then festivals all summer. And the touring continues in the fall. So
Role model, everybody.
Thank you.